My name is Abby Meese. I'm a senior at Smyrna High School, and I run cross country, indoor track, and play softball. When I was younger, I did go to church. I was baptized as a baby, and then I started playing travel softball, and so church kind of got pushed out of the picture, and we didn't go to church regularly, and that happened when I was about 9. And then from there until middle school, Jesus was not in the picture, church was not in the picture.
My name is Clay Lloyd. I'm a teacher at Smyrna High School for the past 22 years. Currently the huddle leader or advisor for the FCA huddle at Smyrna High School.
My name is Tim Sparrow, and I am the student pastor at Townsend Church. And I also help out with FCA. I'm the chaplain for the Smyrna High School softball girls.
Yeah, my involvement with FCA started amazingly. I was involved with a company, Bigger, Faster, Stronger, and they brought up an advisor from North Carolina named Bobby Pulse. And we had the luxury of hosting him in our house as he was the instructor for Bigger, Faster, Stronger. And as he spent the night one night, we got to talk a lot about many things. And one of the things that he introduced me to was FCA, something that he became a part of years ago when he was in college. So after he left, I investigated a little bit more, thought about possibly starting an FCA huddle at Smyrna High School, contact the national organization. They put me in contact with Kevin Colleton down in Maryland, and then ultimately connected with Randy Chambers. I remember that first phone call. And honestly, the rest is history. From there, we started the FCA huddle at Smyrna High School. It's been exciting. I think that was back in 2002, 2003. So we've been going at it for a number of years. But it's been very exciting to see the way the Lord has worked, not only just through the FCA huddle, but more specifically the kids at Smyrna High School.
I've known about FCA for a little while, but Nick Richmond approached me. It's actually funny, I actually knew Randy Chambers a few years back when he was involved, but since Nick has been involved, he approached me, and also Clay Lloyd approached me about getting involved. And when they told me what FCA was and was about, it sounded exciting, but you really don't know what FCA is about until you really dive in and get involved. And when you are involved and immerse yourself in it and see the impact that it has on kids who are all over the spectrum, and give us the opportunity to speak to kids in a public school setting, is pretty incredible.
In middle school, I started going to the FCA meetings. Probably only went to about 2 in 8th grade. I didn't really know what they were about. It was just I wanted to be more involved, and FCA seemed like a fun place to go, so I went for a couple meetings.
I was an athlete. I grew up as an athlete who didn't know Christ, and I had my own struggles as a student athlete. So it was just a perfect opportunity when I became the assistant softball coach to go and ask my brother, how can we use this? How can we take FCA, help me understand how you first got this started? And it was just an amazing opportunity. And I'm, again, from day one, I've been more blessed than I think anyone else around me. It's been wonderful to watch, but the blessings have been poured on for me to receive that from just serving.
In the fall of 2017 was when I made my decision to follow Christ. It was after a cross-country banquet. I had talked to Naomi and Mr. Clay and Pastor Tim and Coach Kelly. They had all been a huge part of my life at that point, and I was just in my car and I was like, I'm gonna follow Christ. And then from there I just took it and ran with it.
I have seen Abby Meese grow as a leader over the last few years. It's been an amazing journey to watch. When she came in and tried out, and we saw her, and she was really looking up to all of the upperclassmen, and you couldn't beat her dedication on the field. She worked so super hard every single practice, and from season to season she just grew and grew. This year all the girls are looking up to her, so she's traded places from where she began to where she is now. She's a leader on the field and off the field, academically, athletically, in every single capacity you can imagine. That's what Abby is. She's a leader.
She actually came up with me on her sophomore year, and her sophomore year she was kind of still on the cusp of earning a starting position. And throughout her sophomore year, I really started to see her. I mean, she put in the work more than any other kid you can imagine. I mean, she just was working so hard, putting in extra time after each practice. And she did start to become really involved in FCA. She started to really become one of the girls that really bought into what FCA is all about. And I saw that change in her. So her junior year, last year, is really when things started to click for her. And I think she was kind of all in on all aspects of it. And it really was showing in her leadership on the team.
So the first FCA huddle that I remember attending, it was at the school district, and it was in one of the classrooms. And I just remember the girls coming in, and they kind of like filtered in or came in one at a time and not really as a group, which was kind of interesting to me. But as they came in, just again the unknown and not really sure what to expect. But then as the conversations flowed, I feel like they got comfortable, and they're just looking for information. Like, these girls are hungry, like they want to know, they ask great questions, they stay in tune and involved, and I just remember that from the first day.
Having Pastor Tim come to the practices and to the huddles has been really cool. It's neat to see the girls interact with someone, even if they're not very religious themselves. It's been a sounding board for them. It's been a safe place for them to share things with each other. And I've been encouraged. I've been to his church now. It's a church I never would have been to if he hadn't been here. And I've interacted with the girls in ways that never would have happened if he wasn't coming here and leading our group.
On the road to the championship, it was really special because Smyrna has a really nice tradition. When anyone goes to a state finals, they do a send-off. And when we were preparing to leave for our trip to Dagsboro for the state finals, we walked out of the gym and it felt like hundreds of people standing there sending us off to our championship. And they came out, we high-fived most of them, they kind of made a line, we high-fived most of them. And all the girls put their stuff on the bus, and one of the student athletes was like, we want to go outside, we want to pray with them.
Our Heavenly Father, thank you for the ability that you have blessed us with to play this great game of softball. Please allow us to play excellent while keeping our thoughts fixed on you as we play.
And so our captain at the time, Kaylin Press, walked out and she said, you know, we're going to pray. Anybody want to pray with us? And every person who was there joined hand in hand. And we prayed. Pastor Tim led a prayer for us before we departed. And I just think that set the tone for the day. And it was a very special moment. We were able to be bold again in front of our community. We were able to show our faith and what our team was about in that sisterhood in front of our community. And it was a wonderful day. And I really feel like this connection with everyone, from Abby to Clay, my brother, to Pastor Tim, just this softball team has been something that I don't think any of us could design. It definitely is God's work. It's God's story. And I think he has pieced us together intentionally for something bigger than we even have already seen. We don't know what this future entails for these girls, or even myself and my brother and my children. But I'm ready to sit back and put all my faith in the Lord and enjoy the ride and have confidence that it's his plan. And it's just been a wonderful journey so far, and I'm just thankful to be a part of it.